So are we ready for the session 3 after a big meal or a proper meal? It's very challenging for both chair and the speaker. Let's see maybe how they will keep us awake and listen to them. And especially we keep this private sector probably that excites us and which is an important component of this policy. Let's see, and we hear from them, and we have identified a right person to chair this one. He represents the private company, and we are Kaundinya, and he is managing director and CEO for Advanta India Limited. Prior to this one, he was worked at Man Center, and his association is mostly with the private sectors. Am I right? Only with the private sectors. But he pursued from Agricultural University, which is a government organization, public agency. And after that, he has a postgraduate diploma from Indian Institute of Management. Now the floor is yours, Dr. Kaundinya.
Thank you very much, Dilip, and good afternoon, everyone. I know that it's a challenge to conduct a session after lunch, but we will try to do our best. And I'm sure Neta is feeling geared up to do that. We have 1 hour for this session, so I'm looking that we should be able to manage our time well. And if we can leave around 20 minutes in the end for a discussion, I think that would be quite a good achievement. Yeah. So I think the subject is enhancing private sector investment in R&D, technology and innovation. I see from the new SDA policy that there are some new measures being planned here, which is like public funds for partnerships with the private sector for social and public good objectives will be earmarked as a new policy initiative, and they are also trying to set up a new foundation for this purpose, which is a PPP foundation. Now this is very clear to all of us, and we have also seen it in the morning, that the task that is before us, either in terms of agriculture or health or whatever sector we take, is not something which only one sector can achieve. There is a great need for collaboration, there is a great need for alliance formations and partnerships. So in this kind of a situation, how do we promote partnerships is a big question mark. And we have had certain, I can talk more about agriculture because I have been in the field of agriculture, and also particularly with regard to biotechnology. We have seen certain initiatives for promoting public-private partnerships, which are by the DBT, and many companies are partnering in that, including our company. So we have projects which are going on in research area, but there are, I would say that there are very few projects which are going on in terms of the other aspects of technology propagation or outreach, and that is certainly an area which I hope will be addressed in this policy, because I see that there is a certain point mentioned about the public outreach in this. So which I think is a very important area, especially when we talk of new technologies. How do we really make sure that the public really understands what we are trying to do? But apart from that, there are a few items which I would like to talk about as an industry person, how we want to really make sure that the industry is encouraged to invest money in research, either directly or in partnership with the government and other stakeholders. But I will hold some of those points till we hear the main speaker today. And I am very pleased to introduce Dr. Nita Sachin. She works with the Biocon Cell for Innovation Management at the ISP, and we are very fortunate to have her here today to talk to us on this subject. She got her master's from IIT, followed by PhD from University of Kentucky in plant molecular biology. Her postdoctoral fellowship was in cardiology at University of Texas Southwestern Medical Center at Dallas. She is a certified licensing professional in technology commercialization and intellectual property by the University of California Law School. She has published extensively and was invited to give talks at several international conferences, including the American Heart Association. She was nominated for the prestigious American Association for Advancement of Sciences, as well as Women in Science and Medicine Awards. She is passionate about technology commercialization, entrepreneurship, and works with several startups. She joined ISV to enable create an ecosystem of business school, universities, institutions, firms, and the government to make our country an innovative nation. So that's a very impressive biodata, and we are all really looking forward to listening to